The 1991 season is officially underway on the 40-year sim. Welcome everybody, I am Nutty Sports Gamer. We got new graphics. We got a new scoring bug. The image is a little bit clearer. I don't know why it's this clear. The 90s weren't this crisp in video, right? But I guess this is the best NBA2K23 could do in regards to video quality, reflecting the era properly, right? And listen, guys, we got a lot of highlights. We got a lot of stuff to see this episode. Mostly the expansion teams, checking in on them in this episode, because unless they're good, we're not going to be seeing them for the rest of the season. So let's check in on the Heat, the Hornets, the Magic, the Wolves, and maybe some other teams that are in the rebuilding development process as well. And maybe we'll see some rookies perform too. So let's check this out. This is the first game of the season, October 26, 1990. 76ers with their new uniforms versus the Miami Heat. And if you rosters for each teams are in the previous episode, but I will also put a link in the description below with a Google spreadsheet that shows you the rosters of all the teams in the 91 season. Man, that was a long-winded explanation as we see a replay of Adrian Dantley making that basket. Dantley still on the Sixers. Garland to Kenny Green, who makes that three-pointer. 87-81, 6.5 minutes left to 5.5 left to go in the game now, as Winston Garland's gonna pass it to Vlade Divac for the bucket. 4-point game. 5 minutes left. Heat with the ball. Winston Garland can't get that layup to fall, and the Sixers are in transition now. Roy Hinson to Nate McMillan to Andrew Toney. Misses the shot, but Sam Bowie gets the putback, 89-83. Ensuing Sixers possession, McMillan to Roy Hinson with the baseline jumper. 91-83, 3 minutes left to go now. And we got Sam Bowie passing the ball to Andrew Toney. He's got some options here. He's going to pass it out to Nate McMillan for the three, who drains it, 94-83. Nate McMillan again. Another three for Nate. Nate is shooting quite well. I wish I had a more clever way to go about saying that, but nothing came to my head, unfortunately. As we see, Gary Payton he had 10 assists, made 2 shots, but not on the screen. Would have been nice to see him actually do that in the highlights. But just didn't happen. So, unfortunately, Gary Payton highlights will have to wait as we move on to the Seattle Sonics versus the Portland Trailblazers. Sixers won that previous game. I think I said that. I have no memory of what I'm saying. As soon as I say it, it is out of my life. I talk, and then everything I said is my brain's not processing any of it. So, that's not good. But yeah, there's the Supersonics. The Blazers, they got a new court. They still got Porter, Drexler, Clark Kellogg starting at small forward now instead of being the 6th man. They traded Kiki Vandeweghe to the Cavaliers in the offseason. They also got Buck Williams and Tim McCormick. The Sonics, they got Drazen Petrovic via trade. They got Spud Webb as their starting point guard, Derek McKee, Sean Kemp, Olden Polynice, Rick Smits off the bench. For now. Eventually they're going to do something about Polynice and Rick Smits. Let's check out the beginning of this game as the Blazers are in transition and Drexler is going to make that pull-up jumper. Tied at 2-2 now. Drexler with Petrovic on him. Can't get that to fall, but Buck Williams gets the dunk. 4-2. Petrovic makes that jump shot. Tying the game up at 4. Ensuing Sonics possession, Sean Kemp can't get that shot to fall. Buck Williams with the rebound. I like this Blazers court. It's really snazzy as Blazers make that jump shot there. 10-4. Olden Polynice making that long too. I didn't know he had that kind of range. Sean Kemp driving, gets his own rebound. Can't get the second shot to fall. And the Blazers are on the run. Porter to Drexler for the dunk. 12-6. Blazers with a 6-point lead. Derek McKee driving, passing it to Sean Kemp. He'll make that shot. 4-point game. And here comes, who is that? Drexler with the 2. And then Drexler again, pulling up for another jumper. That's good. 16-8. Another Blazers possession. This time a miss, and Rick Smits gets the rebound. And Spud Webb, 5'7" Spud Webb drives, thrives, but the Blazers have a commanding lead. And unfortunately, this game never got interesting, but I did want to give you a little taste of these teams. The Sonics, I wouldn't say they're a rebuilding or developing team. I think they're trying to make the playoffs this season, but they're going to give it a shot. They traded for Petrovic, but they did miss the playoffs this season. So, yeah, so I definitely want to give you guys a glimpse of them. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Mahmoud Abdul Rauf in this game, but hopefully he shows up later on in the season. So, 102-77 is the final score there. Let's check out the following game. Here's an expansion team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're going up against the Denver Nuggets in the Nuggets arena. The Nuggets made a big trade for Jeff Malone. You know, they had a promising season last year, 35-47 in 1990, and they're hoping that Jeff Malone can elevate them to the next level, being a playoff team. They got Mookie Blaylock, Dan Marley, Charles Smith, and LaSalle Thompson, whereas the Wolves got Larry Drew, Blue Edwards, 3D Dennis Scott, the rookie, Walter Berry, and the Norwegian sensation, whose name I cannot pronounce all too well. So, Dan Marley makes that three-pointer, 5-2. Nuggets with the lead early on in the first quarter. That's a missed shot by the Wolves, and Blaylock gets the rebound. Mookie Blaylock had a very impressive rookie season. Here he is with an impressive pass to LaSalle Thompson for the dunk. 7-2 Nuggets. Nuggets once again with the ball. Mookie Blaylock for 3. That is good. We're seeing more threes. It's kind of cool. Blaylock with a long 2 off glass. 12-2. This game is getting way out of hand very, very quickly. Blaylock again from the baseline. That's good, and we can dip out of this game. Not much to see from the Wolves. At least not yet. So, you know, take that how you will. But the Wolves, obviously, this is what, their third year in the league? And they have a long ways to go before they're competitive, I guess. They got Dennis Scott. They got Blue Edwards. Not much else. So, it's unfortunate, but the Nuggets look damn good. Final score, 106-86. And that is that game. Walter Berry had 21 points. Quentin Daly had 18. And let's move on to New Jersey. The New Jersey Nets versus the Boston Celtics at the Garden, right? The Celtics Garden. What was it called? It said Celtics Arena. That throws me off. It was called the Garden. Now my brain is all messed up. I could literally Google it right now, but do I have time before the highlights start? Moncrief. You know what? Who cares? Moncrief is the starting point guard for the Celtics now. Marshallonis, Bird, Mikhail Parrish versus starting 5. The Nets have Hot Rod Williams, Armand Gilliam, Jim Paxson's on the team. Tim Hardaway is the starting point guard, making that shot. 83-76, we're in the fourth quarter. Nets with the commanding lead right now. Larry Bird trying to cut into that. He does. 83-78 now. Nets also have Chris Morris starting at small forward. I neglected to mention that. Robert Parrish makes that shot. Now it's 83-80. Sidney Moncrief handling the ball. Passes to Robert Parrish. He makes that shot. 1-point game just like that. Just like that. Kevin McHale makes that bucket. Can he get the and one? He can. And the Celtics all of a sudden have a 2-point lead. Tim Hardaway to Marquez Johnson, who was traded from the Clippers to the Nets, bringing some veteran leadership to the Nets, which is something that they could use. Robert Parrish makes that shot, 88-86. Missed free throw there by Tim Hardaway. 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. We got ourselves a close one. Sidney Moncrief makes that layup in transition. 4-point game. Kevin McHale, another basket for the Celtics. 92-88. Sidney Moncrief handling the ball with Tim Hardaway on him. He passes it to Larry Bird, who makes that shot. And this game is starting to get away from the Nets. And then some. Robert Parrish makes that bucket. Final score, 103-94. Kevin McHale with 22 points. Sidney Moncrief had 15 in his debut for Boston. So a solid performance from the legend, the Bucks legend, who's now on the Celtics. Any old Bucks fans probably think that's sacrilegious putting Moncrief on the team. But I think it makes sense. Basketball-wise, in terms of where everyone's at in their careers on the Celtics, like why not give them a shot to really be as good as they could be, right? So that's why I made the trade. In real life, I think Moncrief was retiring or had already retired at this point. In the sim, he's still playing really well, so why not give him a shot to really compete with the Celtics? So that's the last time I'm going to justify making that move. As we move on to the New York Knicks versus the Charlotte Hornets. Another expansion team. Well, now I think they're in year 3 or year 4. Let's see, 88, 89, 90, 90, no, 80, 90, 91. Oh, this is the 3rd year. Okay, so 3rd year in the league. The Hornets got Strickland, Rod Strickland, Sedell Threet, Glenn Rice, Derek Coleman, Randy Brewer. They're on the verge. They're on the cusp of having a good team. It's not quite there yet, but they got some nice young players. I really like the roster the Hornets have here. And the Knicks, of course, they got Ewing, Oakley, Bernard King still there. They got Tony Campbell starting at the 2 guard position, and they got Sleepy Floyd. There's a basket there by Bernard King to open things up in the game. We're in Charlotte. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but we are. Tony Campbell gets a rebound there for the Knicks. His first rebound in a Knicks uniform. Here he is at the top of the key. Passing it to Bernard King. Gets the ball to Charles Oakley, posting up his defenders. That's a threat. He's posting up. 4-0 Knicks. Here's a dunk by Charles Oakley. Again, getting active in the offense. Rod Strickland, baseline jumper, does not go in. And the Knicks in transition. Bernard King almost dribbles out of bounds, but wisely doesn't. And then he dunks the ball. 8-0. The Hornets need a basket. That's not going in. Knicks once again in transition. And it's good to show you this, just to if you are asking how the Hornets are doing, as I think that's Sleepy Floyd with that dunk right there. Hey, how's that expansion team doing? Look, this is what happened. The expansion teams are still bad. Randy Brewer makes a shot there. I just wanted to show you guys that the expansion teams are still quite bad. Charles Oakley makes that basket. I mean, they got Rod Strickland. They got some promising players, but they're not there yet. They're still pretty terrible. Strickland makes that bucket. Patrick Ewing against Randy Brewer. That doesn't go in, but Oakley gets the dunk. 14-4. Sedell Threet can't make that jumper. Threet gets the rebound, though, and makes that shot, so that's nice. 16-6. Rod Strickland from 3. That goes in, but the Knicks are going to run away with this one pretty easily. But still, I mean, it's good to see the expansion teams, right? Oh my God, look at that. Final score, 116-78. Brutal. Very, very brutal for the Hornets to lose in that manner. Derek Coleman only had 2 points in his first game as a Hornet. So, look, they got a lot of work to do. Moving on to another expansion team. I think we saw them in the first game, first highlight package of the video. But let's see them again. This time facing the Bad Boys Pistons, who are the reigning champions. And 2K, for some reason, you still can't watch the ring ceremony yet in this era. Hopefully, at some point, we can see the ring ceremonies, because that'd be cool. But yeah, let's check them out. Heat, Pistons, Lambeer gets a rebound there. It is 86-82, close game in the fourth quarter. Isaiah Thomas makes this basket here. 4.5 left to go now. Winston Garland pulling up for the long 2. He drains it. And it's a 4-point game. The Heat are giving the Bad Boys Pistons a run for their money. There, Isaiah Thomas misses the layup. And the Heat make that basket right there. So 88-86, Isaiah Thomas. He fires back with a jump shot. 4-point game. Thomas to Alex English. To Ron Harper. Basket goes in. A 92-88 now. And Alex English with the three there. Making threes. Garland can't make that two. Roy Tarpley, formerly of the Celtics, gets the putback. Here's a missed three by Alex English. 95-90, a minute left. The Heat need to do something now, and Garland dunks the ball. 3-point game. This is getting quite interesting. Ron Harper trying to drive. Can't get past the free throw line, it seems. He backs up. Passes to Isaiah Thomas as the shot clock winds down. That doesn't go in. But the Pistons get the rebound. And the Heat are likely going to foul right now. Yep, and that pretty much does it. That'll do it. You can check out these free throws, but yeah, that one goes in. That's all we need to see. Alex English with 25. Isaiah Thomas with 24. Dennis Rodman had 16 points, which don't normally see out of him. I'm waiting for Dennis Rodman to get to have 18 rebounds a game. What do I need to manipulate to make sure that happens? I really want to know. Moving on, we haven't seen this team yet, the Orlando Magic. We did see the 76ers earlier in this video. Let's check this out. We're seeing the Sixers in their home uniforms. So, I actually kind of I think I like these Sixers uniforms. I don't know. Magic, they got Dana Barros, Alfred Hughes, Doug West, Clifford Robinson, and the Giant Gonzalez. Jorge Gonzalez is back. Check him out. All 7'7" of him. Still on the Magic. Wearing number 32, like he's Shaq or something. And Clifford Robinson is going to make that baseline jumper. 80-70 in the fourth quarter. Roy Hinson makes that bucket. 12-point game. Adrian Danley is going to drive, get under the basket, and make that shot. Let's check out another look of that basket. Dantley getting it done, and that's all we need to see. 105-79. There's the Magic. Not really much to see from them. 31 points for Dantley in 29 minutes. That's nice for him. But yeah, the Magic they're quite poor, just like all the other expansion teams. And I would argue that they may have their roster is it's rough. It's a pretty rough roster at this point. But they're building. They do have Clifford Robinson. Dana Barros is nice. There's Robinson right there. So it's not, they have one, maybe two good players. Jorge Gonzalez is fun, right? I don't know if he's a good player, but he's fun. He's making it work. He's trying to secure his place on the team, I guess. But that might be, maybe this should be the shot. Should this be the thumbnail? The Sixers jerseys, they're definitely different, They're definitely different. Are they good? I don't know, but they're different. Utah Jazz, Minnesota Timberwolves. We're in Minnesota. And the Jazz are a pretty nice team. Michael Adams. Hersey Hawkins is now starting for the Jazz. Chuck Person, Tom Chambers, Mark Eaton. And the Wolves, we've talked about their roster before. We don't need to get into all that again. 99-96. Hawkins to Mark Eaton. Makes that basket. 101-96 now. Less than 7 minutes left to go in the game. Larry Drew pulls up for the jumper. Drains it. 3-point game. Michael Adams pulls up for a jumper himself. 5-point game. Larry Drew driving. Passing it to Bryn. Misses the shot, but Walter Berry gets the dunk. 103-100. Michael Adams makes that jumper. 5-point game. Larry Drew drains that bucket. 105-102. The Wolves are hanging in there. It's a battle of mid-rangers. Mid-range battle. Let's see if Larry Drew can fire it back. This is fun. I like this. Come on, let's get another mid-range shot. Mark Eaton. That's not your. Yeah, give it to Adams for the 3. Okay. That was actually a long 2. It looks like. I mean, he must have stepped on the line. That sucks. Here's 3D Scott making the basket. 109-106. Michael Adams passing it to Mark Eaton, who nearly loses the ball but makes that shot. 111-106. Less than 3 minutes left to go. Walter Berry makes that basket. Check out a replay of Walter Berry. Way to go, young fella. And 2.5 left to go. Still 3-point game where Michael Adams makes that shot. Stolen ball, I should say. And Hersey Hawkins to Chuck Person. 7-point game. Missed shot there by the Wolves. Tom Chambers with the rebound. Michael Adams hailing the ball at the wing with 1 minute 30 seconds left to go in the game. He passes to Tom Chambers. Chambers to, is it Chuck Person? No, it's not Chuck Person. What am I talking about? That's Hersey Hawkins. There you go. Hersey Hawkins misses. Rebound Chuck Person. He misses. Rebound Wolves. So let's see if the Wolves can get something here. Walter Berry makes that shot as he falls down. But the game's over. 120-115. The Jazz would go on to win this game. 22 points, 11 rebounds for Walter Berry, 16 points for Larry Drew. And, yeah, Michael Adams had 28. Tom Chambers with 16. So, Jazz, they're looking solid. Wolves, they fought their hardest. Couldn't get it done. Let's go back to the Nets. The Nets, what the fuck? Was I just... Some odd editing by me. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. But when I edited this video, but who cares? Golden State Warriors. We're seeing them for the first time in this video and in this season. Fat Lever still there. John Starks, Len Bias, Detlef Schrempf, Ronnie Cycli. That's their starting 5. And let's check out this game. Jim Paxson with that basket. Tie game at 2. John Starks at the wing. Gets a screen set up for him. Misses that shot, but Ronnie Cycli gets the putback right here. Tie game at 4. We're in Oakland. Bias to Cycli for 2 points. Len Bias passing it to Ronnie Cycli again. Makes that basket. 8-4. Jim Paxson to Hot Rod Williams. Makes that shot. 8-6. Check out a replay of Hot Rod with the basket. Here's John Starks passing it to Detlef Schrempf. Throws it up to Len Bias for the alley-oop. 10-6. Warriors with a 4-point lead. Hot Rod Williams to Jim Paxson with the backdoor cut. Makes that basket. And here come the Warriors. Len Bias with the jumper. 4-point game. Tim Hardaway driving, passing it to Chris Morris for the jumper. 14-10. Armin Gilliam to Tim Hardaway. Drains it. 2-point game. Len Bias to Ronnie Cycli. 16-12. John Starks to Detlef Schrempf. And the Warriors would go on to win this game by quite a bit. The final score would go on to be 129-105. Len Bias at 24 points. Mike Mitchell had 21 off the bench. John Starks had 15 with 12 assists. Tim Hardaway 25 and 10. Hot Rod Williams with 22. And that would do it for that game. Let's move on to the Charlotte Hornets versus the Chicago Bulls. And this is our first time seeing the Bulls. They got the classic starting 5 that they've had for a little while now. John Paxson, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Bill Cartwright. So, in the Hornets, we've met them already. Let's see how they can handle the Bulls. It's first quarter. There's a jumper there by Rod Strickland. Check out a replay of Strickland pulling up for the shot there. 2-0. Scottie Pippen. He's gonna pull up for a J. Tie game at 2. Check out a replay of a block right here by Randy Brewer. Some choppy editing by me. I don't know why I showed that without showing you the original play, but Randy Brewer would go on to make a shot there. I'm hoping I didn't make any other mistakes editing this video. Scottie Pippen makes that shot. It's too late now. I gotta get these out of here. These videos need to be uploaded. It's been too long. 12-4. Michael Jordan makes that shot. Make it a 6-point game. B.J. Armstrong, he makes a basket. 12-8. Let's fast forward, perhaps. Maybe this game stays close. Could it? Could it? The Hornets do have a commanding lead now. They're actually going to win the game, oddly enough. 102-98 ended up being the final score. There's a shot of Glenn Rice making a jumper. Pretty nice. I like that shot too. I think I like the Adrian Dantley Sixers thumbnail. But let's move on to the Sonics versus the Lakers. Our first time seeing the Lakers. We're already in the fourth quarter. Lakers. They got Ricky Pierce. They got Magic Johnson. They got Joe Barry Carroll as Magic Johnson makes that shot. Tie game at 93. Olden Polynice makes that basket. 95-93. Ricky Pierce driving. Makes that shot. She got a replay of Ricky with the basket. Derek McKee to Olden Polynice. Wild shot attempt, but it goes in. So good for him. 6 minutes left to go in the game. Magic Johnson is going to pass it to Joe Barry Carroll for the bucket. Tie game at 97. Spud Webb, top of the key. Throws it up to Petrovic for the alley-oop. 99-97. Magic to Ricky Pierce. Couldn't quite tell who he threw the alley-oop to. Magic Johnson makes that shot. 101-99. AC Green to Magic. Was that James Worthy? All right, I gotta get it together. Get it together, Nutty. Drazen Petrovic makes that shot. 103-101. Lakers with a 2-point lead. 3.5 left to go. There's a made shot by the Lakers. Byron Scott. And here's Spud Webb passing it to Derek McKee. Misses the 3. Olden Polynice dunks the ball. 2-point game. Magic Johnson makes that shot and gets fouled. I think he gets the and one. Now Magic passing it out to AC Green. Back to Magic. Now to Joe Barry Carroll. Makes that basket. 110-103. Less than 2 minutes left to go. Spud Webb to Olden Polynice for the dunk. Or was that? Yeah, I think that was Olden Polynice. Weird to see him and Sean Kemp out there. Rick Smits out there at the same time. 110-105. Petrovic cuts the Lakers lead to 3. 51 seconds left to go. Rick Smits turns around, makes that shot. 110-109. Magic Johnson misses that basket, but Joe Barry Carroll gets the putback. 3-point game. And Spud Webb to Derek McKee to Rick Smits. To Petrovic for the dunk. 1-point game. This is a close one, fellas and ladies, if you're listening. One free throw made, one missed. The Sonics have a chance. And alley-oop. Olden Polynice ties the game. But the Lakers have a chance to win it right here. As the clock is about to expire, Magic Johnson. Double team. Byron Scott can't get that shot to fall. And we are going into overtime at 113 apiece. Rick Smits makes that shot. Magic Johnson can't get that one to fall. Spud Webb handling the ball, passing it to Petrovic, who it looks like he's fitting in nicely with the Sonics. He draws the foul, makes that free throw. And with this, if he makes this free throw, it's a 4-point game. He does exactly that. 4:10 left. Stolen pass. Here come the Sonics. Spud Webb. This Sonics team is really growing, developing. Petrovic added an interesting layer to the team, and they're not the same old Sonics. Spud Webb for 3. That is good. I'm telling you guys, the Sonics are different. They are good. Magic Johnson makes that shot, 121-15. Now the Lakers are trying to get back into this. Magic does just that. 3-point game now after that jump shot. Darren McKee to Olden Polynice. Still, that's a killer. McKee to Polynice has been killing the Lakers. Joe Barry Carroll makes that shot off glass. 3-point game. Rick Smits to Petrovic. The passing is really nice. I'm really liking the way the Sonics are passing the ball within the paint. Magic Johnson makes that shot off glass. 124-121. Magic to AC Green. To James Worthy. To Ricky Pierce. Ricky Pierce, as shot clock expires, going to throw it up there. Missed that shot. And with an intentional foul, that would do it. 126-121. In overtime, the Sonics beat the Lakers at the Forum. That's big. That feels big, doesn't it? Magic Johnson at 37 points. Just feels like a moment. Petrovic at 29, Webb at 26, and 19 assists. Good Lord. Olden Polynice at 16 and 13. Abdul Ralph at 13 off the bench. That's nice. In just 15 minutes. You take that whenever you can get it. And let's move on to the Dallas Mavericks versus the Orlando Magic. The Dallas Mavericks still have a great team. They were just disappointing last season. They lost in the Western Conference Finals. But they still got Derek Harper. They still have Joe Dumars, Mark Aguirre, Charles Barkley, Moses Malone. Magic have we've seen the Magic a few times at this point, haven't we? At least once. Let's check this out. 87-85. 5 minutes left to go in the game. Sam Vincent has his pass stolen by Thurl Bailey, who's a new addition to the Mavericks. And there's a made shot there by Joe Dumars. 89-85. Moses Malone. Ball finds its way to Mark Aguirre, who makes that shot. 91-85. Charles Barkley dunks the ball right there ferociously. 8-point game. 2:50 left. Charles Barkley making that shot. And this game is already over. The Mavericks didn't give Magic much of a chance. As soon as we jumped in, they were just all over him, like white on rice. And that would do it for that game. Jorge Gonzalez at 14 points. He's after I think I did a playoff race or a Chicago Bulls video where I talked about Jorge Gonzalez, and then after that, I watched his wrestling match between The Undertaker and him in what was that, 1994 in WrestleMania, and then I listened to a podcast where The Undertaker was talking about how that wasn't a fun match for him. He didn't really enjoy wrestling Giant Gonzalez, so maybe Giant Gonzalez was always meant to play basketball. Just saying, because he seems to be playing well in this sim. Moving on to the Pacers versus the Bucks. Mitch Richmond, top of the key, and he's gonna pull up for the J, drain it. 6-0. Pacers over Bucks, and Pacers again have the ball. Mitch Richmond wants to make a play. Throws it up there, missed the shot, but Karl Malone gets the put back right there. 8-0. The Milwaukee Bucks, they're in a tough situation here. I mean, they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding, but they're going to be quite bad this season. Like, quite bad. As a dunk there is made by the Pacers. 10-0. Here's another miss by the Bucks. 5 minutes left to go. The Bucks are just about as bad as some of these expansion teams right now. They have a couple of promising players in Kendall Gill and Chris Childs and Willie Anderson, but that's about it. Karl Malone can't make that shot. Rebound. Bucks. Let's see if they can get anything to fall. Del Curry's on the team. And here is Felton Spencer. That's right, Felton Spencer, drafted by the Bucks. He makes that shot. Impressive. Impressive shot by Felton Spencer. And Chris Childs passes it, but the ball gets stolen. And Malone's going to make that layup. This game feels already over. Let's see if the Bucks made any sort of comeback in this game. Good. Wow. They scored 8 points in the first. This is really, I didn't think they'd be this bad. Final score would be 102-78. That's a more respectable final score, but they started out looking really, really bad. I guess the Pacers let their second unit come out, and the Bucks were able to score on them. But man, pretty rough for the Bucks. But this is by design. All right, they're trying to get a good lottery pick. They're trying to get themselves like Larry Johnson or Dikembe Mutombo or anybody really. Who else is in this draft? That's really the two main guys. Steve Smith as well is a good player coming out of this draft. And Kenny Anderson. Who else? Terrell Brandon. Terrell Brandon was a guy. He was a guy. He was a good guy. Stacey Ogman. Moving on to Houston Rockets versus the Orlando Magic. Rockets have Doc Rivers, Kelly Tripica, Purvis Short. There's a three-pointer for the Magic, by the way. Of course, the Rockets also have Akeem Olajuwon, and they got Sam Perkins from the 76ers, so pretty nice. Olajuwon making a basket here. 4-3. Giant Gonzalez with the bucket there. 5-4. Sam Perkins makes that shot. 6-5. Doc Rivers to Hakeem. He can't get that bucket to fall, but he gets the rebound and the reverse dunk. Giant Gonzalez in the low post makes that shot. 8-7. Magic down by 1. Hakeem Olajuwon up against Giant Gonzalez. Makes that jumper over the Giant. Over El Gigante. The Magic fire back with a bucket right there. 10-9, 8.5 left to go. Kelly Tripica is going to make that shot. 12-9. Hakeem also getting the basket there. 5-point game. Jorge with a turnaround jump shot. Now that I've seen him wrestle, it's just funny now. It's just funnier watching him out there on the basketball court. His 2K version. Gonzalez with that dunk there. The rim rock and dunk. Hakeem makes that basket. And let's see if this game remains interesting or if the Rockets pull away. Looks like they are pulling away. And that would be it. 102-82 is the final score. Gonzalez did have 20 points. Hakeem Olajuwon at 34 and 12. But that would be that. Let's move right ahead to the Seattle Sonics versus the Chicago Bulls. 87-82. There's a basket there by Spud Webb. 7-point game. Petrovic misses. But Sean Kemp gets the reverse dunk. 91-82. Michael Jordan with the jump shot right there. Spud Webb can't make that shot. Somehow gets his own rebound at 5'7" and makes that shot. Scottie Pippen misses. Sean Kemp with the rebound. It's a 9-point game. The Sonics with the lead. And Balanis gets the ball, makes that shot. And that would be the end of this game. 97-88. Michael Jordan had 28 points. Scottie Pippen had 19, but it was in a losing effort. Sean Kemp had 24 and 12. And I tell you, we've seen the Sonics beat the Lakers. We saw them beat the Bulls. They are quite good. They are quite good this season. It's nice to see. Hornets versus the Nets. Rod Strickland misses that shot. 2-0. Hornets with the lead. Paxson to Hot Rod Williams. That bucket goes in. Check out a replay of this alley-oop. And quite nice. Not a dunk, but still quite nice. Rod Strickland can't make that shot. Randy Brewer does get the rebound. It's nice to see Brewer get a real chance to start and shine on a team. You know, I feel like he deserves it. The Hornets aren't winning games, but you know, just give him a shot to start. You know, Tim Hardaway misses that shot, but I think that was Gillian with the putback there, and the Hornets fire back with a bucket. Strickland does. Jim Paxson, Paxson, can't quite get past his defender, but still makes a shot over. Was it Sedell 3? And here is Rod Strickland making that basket over Tim Hardaway. 8-6. Strickland can't get that to fall, but Brewer gets the rebound and the putback. 10-8 Hornets. Jim Paxson makes that shot. And now it's 10-8. Before it was 10-6. Jim Paxson to Tim Hardaway. That is a stolen pass? What was that? Was that a shot attempt or a pass? I'm not quite sure. But the Hornets get the ball. Brewer gets the basket. And let's see if this game remains close or if... let's just see. Let's see what happens. Looks like the Hornets they have a commanding lead against the Nets. Which doesn't say much for the Nets because the Nets are supposed to be better than the Hornets at this point. And the Nets cut it to 10. Let's see if they can make it more interesting than that. Unfortunately, I should say, the Hornets and the Nets do not make this interesting. 114-91 is the score, the final score. And yeah, Tim Hardaway had 15 points, 7 assists. Hot Rod Williams had 15 points and 9 rebounds. Randy Brewer had 12 points, 13 rebounds, a double-double there for Brewer, so that's pretty cool. And let's check out another potential thumbnail opportunity here. I really want to get a nice shot at Glenn Rice. You know, Glenn Rice was a guy. He was a fun 90s player. That's a nice shot, I think. That might be a winner. That's a good one. That is a good one. I'll have to see if that is the winner, the thumbnail of this video. And we move on to Atlanta to see the Hawks versus the Miami Heat. We've seen the Heat a few times. The first time seeing the Hawks this season. Mark Jackson, Rolando Blackman, Dominique Wilkins, Kevin Willis, Ralph Sampson. Starting 5. Quite good. They won 60 games last season but lost in the first round to the 76ers. So they got a lot to, they got to make up for that somehow. 91-88 is the score. Less than 5 minutes left to go. Ralph Sampson makes that shot. 5-point game. Winston Garland at the top of the key. Passing it to Kenny Green, who makes the dunk. 93-90. Dominique Wilkins is going to make that shot over his defender. 5-point game. Dominique with that basket there. Check out a replay of Dominique, the human highlight reel, with the layup. And Gary Payton to Winston Garland for the 3. 4-point game. Still. $1:15 left in the game. Winston Garland pulls up for the J. Can't make that. And here come the Hawks in transition. Blackman with the dunk there. 101-96. Or 95, I should say. Missed shot there. Looking likely that the Hawks are going to run away with this one. Did I say we were in Atlanta? We're in Miami. I think I got confused because the Hawks arena and the Miami arena look quite similar. At least back in the day they did. 105-97 is final score. Little Blackman had 19 points. And that would do it. That would do it for this. We got a couple of more games left, I think. As we're almost at November 1st. Let's check out the Denver Nuggets versus the Golden State Warriors. LaSalle Thompson makes that basket. 5.5 left to go in the game. Mookie Blaylock misses that shot, but LaSalle Thompson gets the dunk. 7-point game now. Warriors. John Starks driving. Gets blocked. Charles Smith gets the ball. Passes it to Blaylock. And Blaylock gets it to Dan Marley. Thunder Dan to Jeff Malone. Makes that shot. 105.96. Fat lever to somebody. Fat lever to his teammate, and then to John Starks. He misses the shot. And then Jeff Malone gets the layup in transition. This game would be over. 117-108 is the final score. Len Bias at 20 points. Jeff Malone at 28, looks like. So, pretty nice for the Nuggets, who look quite good with Jeff Malone, I'd say. And now we're going to end this video with another Hornets-Knicks game. This one is much closer than the last one, which was a blow-up at the Knicks. We are at MSG, at the Garden. Players always want to bring their A game when they come to the Garden, come to New York City. Randy Brewer wants to bring his A game for sure. Sedell Threet, Glenn Rice, Derek Coleman, Rod Strickland. Let's go. Fourth quarter, 9 minutes left to go in the game. Manute Bol's going to make that shot. 99-97. Manute Bol is comes off the bench for the Hornets. Sleepy Floyd penetrating, gets his shot blocked right there. And Sedell Threet is going to get a layup in transition, the easiest transition layup you could ever make, I think. 99-99 is the score. 7.5 minutes left to go in the game. Charles Oakley at the top of the key. He's going to pass it right here to Patrick Ewing. He can't make that shot over Bol because he's quite tall. Here's Glenn Rice passing it to Rod Strickland, who has, I believe, Sleepy Floyd on him. Manute Bol with the long two. He actually makes it 101-99. The Hornets with a 2-point lead. Sleepy Floyd. He's going to pull up for the jumper, drain it, tie game at 101. Derek Coleman to Glenn Rice for three. It is good. And the Hornets regain the lead. Here comes the Knicks. A dunk there by Patrick Ewing. 1-point game. Rod Strickland can't get that shot to fall. Charles Oakley with the rebound. Bernard King is going to drive, make that shot. 105-104. Rod Strickland penetrating, getting blocked by Ewing, who says, I can also block shots. That's Pearl Washington handling the ball right there. Backup point guard for the Knicks. Let's see what he can do with the ball as Rod Strickland plays defense on him. Patrick Ewing gets that layup to go in. 107-104. Rod Strickland can't get that shot to go. Rebound Knicks. Intentional foul. And with these free throws, there's one by Pearl Washington. And there's another one. Okay, let's see what happens here. Do we get any extra fun stuff here? Three to Brewer to three. That three goes in. 109-107. 9.7 left to go in the game. The Knicks talk about it after the timeout. They get intentionally fouled. They make their free throws, and now the game is over. 112-107 is the final score. Check out the box score. Bernard King at 21 points. He is getting quite old, but he can still score. Pearl Washington had 15 points and 13 rebounds in 22 minutes. Good Lord. Good Lord. That's quite something. The Knicks bench is looking better than usual. That could really mean something when the playoffs are around. You know, if they have more depth, maybe they can actually get past the Pistons, or maybe if the Bulls are a real threat, get past them in the playoffs. As we see a thumbnail of Sedell Threet in that layup that he made. And that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I was a bit sick. Didn't feel too well. Really, it's just like I'm mostly fine. It's just like a nagging cough, some stuffy nose issues, and all that. But I'm on the mend. I'm feeling good, feeling better, feeling good about the season. Some interesting games, some interesting teams. And the next episode is we're going to see some up-and-coming teams. We got a lot of highlights. In next episode, there's so many highlights. I can't even finish my sentence. That's how many highlights we have. So I hope you look forward to that video. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'm going to bring you more content. Let's do it. Goodbye, guys. Good night.